Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to create Salesforce contact on Elementor form submission. So I'm running a business and I'm using Elementor as my form builder application, and I wish that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Elementor, automatically a contact should be created in my Salesforce account using the same details. To do this, we are going to create a connection between Elementor and Salesforce. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So in Pabbly, we have the concept of trigger and action. For trigger, we are going to use Elementor, and for action, we are using Salesforce. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to learn how to create Salesforce contact on Elementor form submission. So to do this, I have already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as you'll open the landing page of Pabbly, you're going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button right over here which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as create Salesforce contact on Elementor form submission, and then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. By this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application, which is Elementor, because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in Elementor, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for it and select it. And now for my trigger event, we are going to select it as new form submission. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this URL in order to create a connection between my Elementor and my Pabbly's workflow. So first I'm going to copy this URL and then we are going to open our WordPress account. So I opened my WordPress account because Elementor is a plugin of WordPress, and over here you can see Elementor. So I'm going to open this. And this is the home page of my Elementor, and now I'm going to open the form for which I want to create this automation. So over here you can see that this is the form for which I'm going to create this automation. And now I'm going to select the elements, and from here we are going to go on actions after submit. And over here it is asking me to add an action. So I'm going to search for webhook right over here, and then we are going to add webhook right over here. And over here you can see that as soon as I added webhook, over here webhook appeared automatically. So I'm going to open this, and now it is asking me for the webhook URL. So we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow. And now after pasting our URL, we are going to click on update right over here. And yes, you can see that we have successfully updated. And now we are going to click on preview changes. And over here we are going to do a test submission. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as demo, last name as user, email as demo@pabblytudes.com, and for the contact number, I wish the contact number to be this. And now we are going to click on send. And yes, you can see your submission was successful. So this means that Elementor has sent the details of our submission to our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. Over here is the first name, the last name, the email and the phone number. So this means that my trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. For our action application, we are going to select Salesforce because I want that as soon as a new Elementor form is submitted, automatically a contact should be created in my Salesforce account too. So I'm going to search for it and select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create contact. So I'm going to scroll, and over here you can see create contact. So I'm going to select it, and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Salesforce account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Salesforce. So over here you can see that it is asking me for some details. So I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe. And as soon as you're going to click on allow, you can see that you have successfully connected your Salesforce account with your Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for some details. So we are going to map this. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Elementor as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as I'm going to map these details, automatically my details will change with every new form submission. So over here, if I'm going to enter the last name manually, suppose user, so this will not change with every new form submission. But if I'm going to map this, so this will change with every new form submission because it is adding the details from the last response, and this response will change with every new form submission. So that's why over here I'm going to search for last name, and over here you can see user, so I'm going to map this. We are going to do same for the first name also. I'm going to search for first name and map demo. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for some more details, so I'm going to leave these fields as blank because these are not the required fields. Directly I'm going to go on phone number and then I'm going to map the number of my lead. So I'm going to search for number and map the contact number. We are going to map the email too. So I'm going to search for email and map it. And then we are going to move on forward and we are going to click on save and send test request because we have filled all the required details or the details I wish to fill in. So now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see success 1. So this means that we have received the positive response that our contact has been created in our Salesforce account. So I'm going to open my Salesforce and check that if a new contact has been created or not. Over here, you can see that this is my Salesforce account. From here, we are going to go on contacts. And over here, you can see that a new contact has been created. So I'm going to open this. And yes, you can see the new contact has been created with the same details, name, demo user. Over here, you can see the mobile number and the email that we entered. So this means that my workflow is successful, but I'm just going to test the workflow once. And this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, we are going to open our form and we are going to do another submission. So for the first name, we are going to keep it as test this time. Last name as user only, email as test@pabblytudes.com, the contact number as this time. And now after entering all these details, we are going to click on send. And yes, you can see your submission was successful. So this means that Elementor has sent the details of our submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new contact in our Salesforce account. So I'm going to open my Salesforce and check that if a new contact has been created or not. This time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Salesforce. We are going to move on to the contacts page. And over here, you can see a new contact has been created with the name user test. So I'm going to open this. And yes, you can see the same details, test@pabblytudes.com, the same mobile number and the same name. So this means that my workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For a trigger application, we selected Elementor. Then for the trigger event, we selected new form submission. For our action application, we selected Salesforce. And then for the action event, we selected create contact because I wanted that as soon as a new Elementor form is submitted, automatically a contact should be created in my Salesforce account too. And yes, we were successful. Over here, you can see the 2 contacts we created during this video. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for a reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can use my workflow. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.